man. Blessed greetings to each and everyone, to every Jamaican in and outside of Jamaica, especially to the ones who have been facing this dreadful, tumultuous Hurricane Melissa. Yeah, man. I want to say prayers with you and your families and your loved ones. You understand me? Prayers, prayers, prayers. What a time. Greetings to Leone Lioness. Greetings to everybody. It's been a very rough day in Jamaica. And please continue to pray for our beautiful country, our beautiful island, Jamaica, that has been devastated by Hurricane Melissa. And it's been a few days coming. So Hurricane Melissa made landfall today in southwest St. Elizabeth, just a few minutes after 11 a.m. Today, 11 a.m. Jamaica time, and it's been horrifying. It's been devastating. It's been tough. So, from what we understand, for the most part, the eye has turned away. I believe it's now on its way to Cuba. So we're now on our way to experiencing the last of it. So we're not out. It's not over yet. And so, let us just continue to pray. And big ups to our first responders. Big up to the security forces. Big up to everybody, our government ministers. Big up to everybody that has been involved in the process of helping people, helping to relocate people. I believe we had over 800 shelters or something like that, right? And for a while, a lot of people weren't taking advantage of the shelters, but this evening we saw a report where they said that it was about 6,000. And I don't have the latest news, so if you're up to date on the news more than I am, yeah, you could chime in right here. So I'm not calling into, I didn't decide to go live, to come with the latest updates or whatever. I didn't plan to go live at all. And I know earlier on, I know that there was about 245. As a matter of fact, we went up to about over 500,000 Jamaicans or more that did not have electricity. So we understand that. And so that's tough. We understand that places like St. Thomas and Kingston and St. Andrew, they have been, the impact has been less in that area. So people like in St. Thomas and Kingston and St. Andrew, it's been less for them. But when you talk about places like St. Elizabeth, we saw what happened today with Savannah Lamar Hospital. We saw where I believe it was a staff quarters or something like that. We saw where the roof completely got lifted up. Yeah, that was very scary. I put that in a video that I did. I want to say greetings to everybody. I see Lifestyle. Let me see who else I see right here. And greetings to everybody. John Fraser is saying Jamaican people did not take this hurricane seriously. So what they get, they have to take. Some people did not take it seriously, so clearly. My brethren, the John, big up yourself. Same way. Father the John is saying, Father, I have lost everything in Westmoreland. I also can't reach any of my family members. Prayers up, bro, and sorry to hear about that. I heard that Westmoreland has been hit, just like you're saying right now. From what I heard earlier on, that Westmoreland has been seriously hit. And I believe Westmoreland is where we had this lady. She's supposed to be one of the workers, one of the key workers that's out there. And she got some kind of stroke. So, Father Dujan, I'm praying for your family member, praying for family members. I know how, rough it can be. There's property, there's family members. And I don't know if since the last update, if any more lives have been lost, but from what I heard up till later on up into the evening, I never heard about any more lives that were lost. I just scanned the news a while ago, so if anybody have any reports on that, you could let me know. I see Leonie Lioness saying, I hope your property in Jamaica is fine. As a matter of fact, she said properties. There are a number of properties I actually am concerned about in a Jamaica. And so Leonie Lioness, thank you so much for the concern. This evening I was able to get some kind of update on that, and at that point there was no damages that were done. Um, and that would have been when the hurricane would have been, right in that eye or eye wall state. And so I hope I can't hear anything from anybody from that side anymore. The people I've been able to hear from are the people that are over in different parts of Portmore and St. Andrew. However, after this evening, later this evening, I wasn't able to get those individuals anymore. So I just saw that the part to go. You understand me? Oh, my wife style saying my ball whole day. I can imagine. You see me? I said, she's saying, Dujan, I was going to call you. I realize there is no news out there of Westmoreland, like they are totally cut off. Crazy, crazy stuff. Hey, greetings, you, Jita. I know you've been praying. I've been praying. I know many folks have been praying. There's a ray of hope in about, because it seems to me that even though it was terrible, and it was of the magnitude such as we have never seen before. I was listening to this interview um, with this person from the, it was a chief or somebody, a commissioner from the, the fire brigade or whatever. And he was saying that, in 35 years, they have never seen such a devastation by a hurricane or by a storm. I saw earlier on somebody put on Facebook that damages have been estimated to be above about 22 billion, but I am quite sure that it is more than that, because I am sure that many reports have still not come in as yet when it comes on to what has happened. So, you know, significant damages have been done. But again, I am so happy that even though not everybody listened and heeded the warnings of the authorities of ADPEM and the Prime Minister and the Minister of Local Government and the news outlets and whatever, it seems to me that at some point, people started to relocate. I saw a report from Tufton earlier this evening, and Tufton said about 4 hospitals have been damaged. And in some cases, they've had to relocate people. I'm seeing 113 individuals right now watching. I'm only seeing 8 likes. If you could go ahead and hit the like button or hit the thumbs up by just double tapping your screen, I would appreciate that. Somebody say, Wife Style is saying, there has been no death news, but we fear the worst because no real assessments have been done. Many places are cut off. Exactly. I really hope, but from what I've seen today, it's not it's not looking good. Many lives have been set back. Many lives will be set back. This is the type of stuff that you call the baptism of fire. Many who have lived through many hurricanes and storms, they have never seen anything of this magnitude. And so we pray for the children, we pray for the young people, we pray for those who, for them, it's their first major disaster, major hurricane, and they've been devastated. Last night I was listening on or watching on social media, and a lot of people, they were saying people from Portmore to Mandeville to Kingston, all over there, all they were saying is that I have never heard winds blow like the way the wind is blowing right now. People are saying that they cannot sleep at all because they're so scared because of what has been happening. And going into today, it was also the same thing. So again, we ought to be very concerned about folks that's been unreachable. We've heard situations about even fire, enough light posts gone down. We see some of that happening in the Kingston and the St. Andrew area as well. Let me see if I can pull it up. I've been watching nationwide news, so you've been seeing what's been happening. Not good, not good. Somebody said Leone let me see what's going on right here. Somebody said only JLP can manage such a devastation. I totally agree. I saw a young lady earlier on. I believe she made a video last night, and one of the things she was saying is she's happy that this government is a government that is in office, because this government is responsible, and we know that regardless of how tough it is, the government is going to do their very best to help us to pull through. I saw a piece of good news today, and I know one part of it. I probably can't tell you the rest of it. But we saw where the Miami Heat, I believe they've teamed up with another. That's the Miami Heat. That is the basketball franchise. And over the years, this is an opportunity to tell you that basketball has been my favorite game, and Miami Heat has always been one of my teams. So they've donated $1 million to Jamaica, $1 million US to Jamaica. So I want to say big up to the Miami Heat. You understand me? Shaq used to play for them at one point, and Shaq used to play for them. Dwayne Wade, people like Damon Jones and all that. Big up to the Miami Heat. Lots of people have gone through. LeBron James had to go there. I believe that's where he got his first ring as well. So big up to the Miami Heat. So if Miami is in the house right now, we want to say big up to Miami and the Miami Heat for looking out for Jamaica during this very horrifying time, you know, in the wake of Hurricane Melissa. So let me look what the comments is saying right now. Dujan is saying, the last I spoke to Shanice, guys, she was crying. We lost everything. I told her we will rebuild, but she was safe. And Dujan, I believe this is your fiance, right? You can confirm for me. So I just want to say prayers with our brethren. You understand me? And our brother right here, Dujan. You understand me? I have been worried and I've been fretting. You understand me? Because we don't know, but the fact that a brother, you understand me? Your family, you understand me? Dujan, you tell a story to, like me, we've been through a lot of struggles in life, and that's maybe more than anything else a reason why I decided to just forward and have a conversation is that I've seen catastrophe in life, man. I've seen devastation in life. But in my case, we're talking about human created devastation. And we had to find a way to pull through. Yeah, man. End up in life, man. Lose things and almost lose whole heap of things. You understand me? Almost lose one of the most important things there is your dignity, but with God, you know. So one of the things I do, you know, is that I have faith in God that, you understand me, when things like these happen, you understand me, they will work out. But right now, we just have to face the reality of what's going on. Today, I spoke with people who are strong people, and I'm telling you, all we're hearing is people are scared. You understand me? Roof is leaking. The wind is heavy outside. The road block up and all of that. All kind of debris, all kind of things. We heard today. People batten down, still problem. There is this business place, almost lost it. We see hotel got devastated. A lot of things. A lot of things. And do John, let me see if you even answer to that, you know, man, because I know what it is. I know what it is. I don't know what it is to experience what you in your particular way, because with your loved one or your family members down there certain at Westmoreland right now, and you can't know what's happening, and the fact that things have been lost. You say it's not anything that we can even begin to imagine, because this right here, so I was playing the songs, you know, we have to know how to pray and whatever, but when things like this happen, you just kind of hope that while we're in the phase where, you know, them I tell we say, oh, make sure no prepare who will relocate, who will evacuate. While they're telling us that, you understand me, you just hope that enough people would have moved, but you still hope for the best, even when you hear all the updates from Odpem and Evan Thompson. I'm seeing people even say them can't stand to hear what Evan Thompson was saying, because he seems so negative, and it seems as if him just there to scare people, but he was clearly trying to warn Jamaicans that it is nothing to play with. You understand me? We've seen many instances over the years where we hear a hurricane a come and hurricane never bother come, or it came but it was not so impactful. Well, this time around, you understand me, it happened, and so we just have to pray for people them. You understand me? Let's go and hear what the people are saying. So Dujan, she was safe. That's the main thing. Dujan say, yes, I haven't heard from my daughter. Extremely concerned. See there? My goodness. Bro, we just pray and continue to pray that you will hear something from your daughter. You understand me? But big cause for concern. Big cause for concern. Somebody say, Miami Heat first out the blocks. Jamaica is loved. Absolutely. Big up to the Miami Heats. Big up to them. We have to take time out to recognize, such acts. And I'm sure that we are going to see even more. This hurricane has received a lot of coverage. Whole lot of coverage been taking place. Let me just go to this one. Whole lot of coverage been taking place as it relates to the hurricane, because based on what was out there building up, everybody saw that this was not going to be something to play with. And, it's just, I hope that this one, let me just look and see what's going on with Nationwide here, so. See what other updates are there. I'm just kind of winging it as we go along. Let me see what's this. NBA guard and 2023 champion Jamal Murray has pledged to support Jamaica's recovery from the devastation of Hurricane Melissa 20 minutes ago and nationwide. Big up same way. I love that. The government has a website. I'm going to look for it if anybody is aware of it. You understand me? You can let it be known. So Jamal has pledged his support. I didn't see a figure. I didn't see a figure as yet where that is concerned. But listen, it doesn't matter what happened, we have to look at the positive side of things, because after the disaster, there has to be, the recovery. And as they say, Siaga always says, it takes cash to care. Yeah, man. 1 hour ago, nationwide is saying the western end of the island is still reeling. This is an hour ago, right? It's still reeling from the onslaught of Hurricane Melissa, which made landfall in Jamaica shortly before noon on Tuesday. The monstrous Category 5 storm came ashore in the vicinity of New Hope in Westmoreland. You understand me? So monstrous Category 5, something we've never really seen before. Crazy stuff. Med Service is saying, like I said before, that we are not yet in the clear. You understand me? So it says that force winds will continue across several parishes. So we're urging everybody that is still, especially if you're in the St. Elizabeth, the Manchester, the Trelawney, the St. James, the Westmorelands, the st.anns, if you're in those areas, please do not take any risks. Make sure that you stay up to date with ODPEM, the Prime Minister. Stay up to date with, credible news sources. Yeah? Just to make sure that you are receiving the right information. I'm seeing right now, this is what happened today. As we said, 4 hospitals have been damaged. Seeing that roof lift today, that's just absolutely crazy. Jamaica has been declared a disaster area. So everybody please be aware of that. Yeah, this is firefighters launch emergency rescue during Hurricane Melissa. And we know that they've called out pretty much everyone, the reserves, everyone's been out there. We see people doing everything and anything to save their properties. We saw that today. So we won't be seeing much more in terms of new news. I'm sure you can also go on PBC, the government pages. I'm going to look at Andrew's page when I'm done. Manchester took a battering. That's been reported by Michael Phillips. South St. James devastated. Burchell is telling the people that. Government launches hurricane relief fund. All right, so this is the one. I wanted to ensure I didn't miss this one, because we definitely have to join hands and make sure. So let me tell you what the website is. I'm going to tell you what the website is. and I'm going to ask somebody to type that website, right? So please type it in the chat for me, wife stylize somebody. So the government website for Hurricane Melissa relief, it says Hurricane Melissa relief, rebuilding lives, restoring hope. Hurricane Melissa is a powerful Category 5 storm posing a serious threat to the lives and livelihoods of Jamaicans. In its aftermath, recovery will take every helping hand. Together, let us stand ready to protect and help families recover, rebuild homes, and restore livelihoods once the storm passes. You understand me? So, the website is Support Jamaica, SUPPORT, Jamaica, JAMAICA .gov dot jm. So support Jamaica dot gov dot jm. I went on the website earlier on and then I say, let me just wait for a bit to see exactly here what the updates are and whatever. But I definitely I definitely will do my part, in helping to support our brothers and sisters. And I'm going to use the opportunity. We heard Dujan. Dujan is one of our soldiers that's always been here giving us updates and whatever. So Dujan, I know you have your channel, and I know people can contribute to your I don't know if you have like PayPal, and if you use any special bank account, your fiance bank account, anything. Dujan, if you have those things, please make sure you're in your own way and time. Make sure you make that kind of stuff available, because there are some people who would prefer to go the route of, you know, doing the general support of the government fund thing right here. So, but then for a soldier who's here with us, there are people who would also want to do a direct thing. You understand me? So I hope to see stuff like that. If you will drop it tonight, people can take note of that. You see me, I say? And deal with it. So Dujan is saying the government will be able to pull down on 150 million to start rebuilding. That is it, with that donation right there. And I'm sure, so this is one of the things I am definitely going to keep an eye on. As a matter of fact, I am definitely going to use the opportunity to drive people to go ahead and support the efforts of the government at supportjamaica.gov.jm. So even if there is one valid reason to make sure we come out here and we talk, we're going to be driving it. We're talking to people. You understand me? Anybody that asks me about it, anybody that strikes up any conversation, I will be directing them to the website to make sure. And I'm hoping to hear good news with all the Jamaicans who live overseas, and the friends and partners of Jamaica and whatever. I know that enough of those people will be coming through. So we have to look at the positive side of things, because after Melissa, we can talk about it, and we can do videos, and we can talk about what we did and what we didn't do, right? But at the end of the day, we have to gear ourselves towards restoration. One of the reasons we talk about life, and that is foremost in anything else, is that we can't give anybody back life if them lose it. And that's why people must take heed, right? But when it comes on to property, there, in most cases, we can restore, or we can help to restore, maybe not to its fullest, maybe not to its fullest. And listen, I am here talking right now, and I can't tell you what is happening, so I'm also waiting on my news. So, I'm just here like every and anybody else. I'm just waiting to hear, just hoping that, based on what I heard earlier. But it's a very serious time, family. I'm very heartened that so many individuals are watching right now. If you're a silent viewer and you're watching, thank you. If you subscribe, thank you. You understand me? You may just be somebody that's curious and you decided to tune in just to hear what's going on. I'm not the weatherman. I don't work with the government. But as a concerned citizen, you understand me? I am just here using my platform to have this conversation. So, there is also a number that we can use. It's 1-888-225-5637. That number is also on the support Jamaica website. Yeah. And anybody want to know anything as it relates to the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management, their email is info@odpem.org.jm. Some people, before they get involved in anything, they like to get more technical information and to find out what are the priorities from a technical standpoint, where we need to hit the ground running, what kind of help is needed. I am hopeful because, listen, I am one of them who believe that, disaster, natural disaster taking place, it's not something that we have to ascribe to the wrath of God against a nation. Natural disasters are natural disasters. You understand me? And in this time now where we have climate change and global warming and all this stuff happening, and a lot of people don't like to acknowledge, you understand me, what's happening to or you understand me, what's happening here on earth. You see me, I say? It's one thing, but we have real things that are happening, and we are in that season right now where we're likely to see a lot of things taking place, right? So let's hear what the chat is saying. The roof of the tunnel, so that conversation probably left me. UG just say, oh, praise the Lord. Miami Heat, first out the blocks. We saw that already. Uh, let's see what else we got going on. Uh, oh, this was for Evan, right? So somebody's saying, wife style, he was crying. I don't know who was crying. Wife style, he was crying. So I know it's serious. I'm concerned. All right, so I'm glad she's okay. I will rebuild my brother. Just want to know they are okay. I will be home as soon as I can. All right, big up same way, Dujan. You understand me? So Dujan is going to make sure that him step up and do the right thing as a real man and a soldier out there, which is what we expected. You understand me? Somebody said, mighty God, do you please, family, take care. You understand me? I said to you, thank you so much, wife style. I know I could have depend on you. So support jamaica.jm.gov. That's the website to reach out to the government. You understand me? To donate right there. I will have more details when I do my own donation, when I look at what it's all about. Dujan, I understand your anxiety. The airports will open soon. No major damages to them. So we're just a prayer right now. Oh, by the way, I saw an update from Daryl Vaz earlier on. I believe he said that Kingston Airport, they should, I don't know if it'll be incoming flights or outgoing flights, but he says that the NMIA should be ready, and they can start with, well, there will be flights taking place from there. By the way, we know some people from overseas, they're in the island and they are stuck. I've seen a few videos where people, they've been, I guess they're at hotels and they were just kind of talking about the inconvenience that they're dealing with, and people were talking about, expectations were not met based on communication that was done. And we wouldn't know if these are individuals who would have been exposed to anything of this magnitude. But first of all, thank you for visiting our beautiful island and our beautiful country. Thank you for doing so. And it's just unfortunate that you never really got the chance to experience Jamaica in the way that you had planned or you had hoped. And just know though that the we would have exhausted resources and we would have done our best just to make sure that we take the very best care of our people, and that's whether it's our people in Jamaica, it's whether our visitors. We take very seriously when the matter of the preservation of life. Jamaica takes the preservation of life very, very seriously. And so, you know, even if it's going to be an inconvenience, many Jamaicans would have preferred not to be in any kind of shelter. If you were placed in a hotel, not to say that, you know, you got to experience everything you would have wanted, but for some people, you understand me, they never had that luxury. And so we hope that you can understand, and you know, when the time comes, that you will be able to have a safe flight home, and that you will, this will be a story, you know, an adventure. This is something that when you look at it differently, when you're out of the inconvenience and you look at it in hindsight, it's a story you'll be able to tell your loved ones as well. So that's just one of those things. So we're sorry that that happened, but it's just one of those things at this point. We had no control over Hurricane Melissa. Um, yeah, man, and so many people we know will support who needs to be supported. Hey, Simone, greetings, big up, good night, blessings. You understand me? If every Jamaican put $1, that's 5 million seat right there, so. And we know that enough more Jamaicans are going to take care of stuff like that. So I'm looking forward. Somebody say, yes, that was a hard blow. Of course, definitely. Somebody say, we definitely must do our part from the states to help the homeland. Thank you so much, uh, Run One. That's the kind of stuff that I want to hear. So big up to the Jamaicans. Whether you're in a Canada, whether you're in a England, whether you're in a USA, whether you're there even one of the small island them, no matter where you're there, whether you're there Europe or Africa, because you know, no matter where you go, you're gonna find Jamaicans there. No matter where you are, this is the time to stand with our people and show them love and stand with this government who has been doing so much. You see, family, again, we've been boasting the growth of our economy for a while, and many things that the Prime Minister and this administration is doing, and everything they have been doing to put Jamaica in that in on the map, and we've gotten so much praise and commendations. But one of the things Dr. Holness always talks about is that yes, things are going good right now, but we don't have total control over a lot of things. And one of those things is what you call global shock. You understand me? This may not be a global shock for everybody else, but for those who've been affected, Haiti and Dominica, it's been a big shock for them. For Jamaica, it's a big shock. So this now is going to put Jamaica's economy, you understand me, in some turmoil, because it's not business as usual. Productivity has been lost. Lives have been lost. Property has been lost. Business slow down. People can't go to work. So we're right at a place now where a lucky thing that we have the catastrophe fund, and a lucky thing that we have many things, many measures in place to help with the recovery. And when you saw the interviews, whether it was by Fox or CNN, whether it was Andrew's multiple interviews, or it's Matthew Samuda, or it was Pernell Charles Jr., one of the things they kept emphasizing is the fact that it will be very impactful, and recovery, it will be very impactful, and just as Dr. Andrew Holness had predicted before, he says, yes, we will be able to, self-sustain, or do pretty well for at least 2 weeks going out, depending on what's happening. But after that, we're definitely going to need all the help that we can. So, this is a time when good Jamaicans step up. So just like how we saved the country through the election the other day, now we must save the country by helping to rebuild and to restore. You understand me? And help to restore those who've been devastated. So, my heart goes out to those who who've dealt with, extreme property damage. There are me sure enough people right now. The food what them did buy and store up, that the food there, it run out already. And thanks to the efforts of the government and everybody else who help, this is a time for people to come together. I know that in normal times, when we turn on our, smart devices and we get on TikTok and with all the independent, and you're not begging this and you're not begging that. I know for some people, it's especially for those who've never experienced anything like this before, right? It's a major shock to you. Many have lost electricity, and many have lost service. So a lot of people, they're not going to be on their phones tonight, not on TikTok, not on any of those social media sites. We saw where people even did I say Andrew and the government can go on about them business, dancing in the rain and carrying on as if they're making a mockery of what was about to happen. And even when the rain started falling, people were still taking risks. And the government can't force people to do what they choose to do if it's not within legal parameters. But I hope that some of those individuals who thought that this was a joke, I hope that this has been a lesson to you, that this is not a joke thing. And I even saw this evening, I believe is JPO, I saw post on Facebook that somebody was complaining about being inundated with information. In other words, they feel like we're giving them information overload. Every minute it's another update, and then you see how people stay. You can't please people, but I believe that somebody that's affiliated with the Orange Squad. So if no communication took place, or if there was not adequate communication, they would have politicized that. But now that we keep people abreast of what's going on, I want to say big up to the government, ODPEM, all our first responders, emergency workers, and even our news outlets. You understand me? Nationwide, and everyone who bring good news and to try to bring balance and accurate news. I want to say big up to them. Big up. Thank you for doing your part. Because as my granny always saying, a man on earth has done his best. Angel in heaven can do better. Let's hear what's going on. Desmond McKenzie said he heard that something happened, but he is not sure. He is going to wait until he get it correct. Yes, it's very important that whatever information we are sharing, that it is correct, right? It's very important. Somebody said an organization in Florida, GEM, packing boxes to send to Jamaica. Awesome stuff. So big up to GEM same way. And to that point, I heard Minister Darrell Vaz saying that, they will make sure that whoever is sending, items, that those things are properly packaged and labeled so that, it can be very clear as to, who is doing what and what exactly is being done, so that that can be properly um they can do their diligence to ensure that you know um the goal that we have in mind for our people, that it is met, right? So thanks to everybody who's already on the ball in terms of donations. I can probably look at the Gleaner to see what's going on, but let me check the comment section to hear what the people are saying. Jamaica, Ireman, blessings. You understand me? New York, blessings, New York, for checking in. My brother Steady was crying. My brother Steady was crying. We lost a part of the roof of the house. Oh my goodness. Sorry to hear that, Leonie Lioness. Yeah, man, I see people crying out about things that they've experienced. You understand me? My co-worker and her family members are visiting Jamaica from Georgia, praying that all are safe and continue to be covered by the armor of God. Thank you for sharing that. So we pray that that they are safe, and I believe they are. The news outlets, they're there, and they're giving us up to date information and so on. So, but yes, we have to pray because we don't know what's happening. But thank you for sharing that. You know, so you see how life works, people. You decide to take a vacation, you decide to do any kind of visit, and I can imagine somebody leaving their country to go somewhere else. You want to be a part of it. You come to enjoy the food, the sunshine, the sea, the people, everything, and then this happens. It happens, you know. And for somebody like myself who like to travel, and in other areas, it's crazy. Um, it's crazy what could happen. It's like you really never know what's going to happen. But I also believe that life, you have to live life forward. Because it doesn't matter how careful you are, things can happen and things could happen. So we just pray that those people, that they will be all right. So somebody say flights in and out. He said steady by Thursday. Thank you so much. So this, in these situations, I like when the chat talk to me because we're being given news from different sources and at different times and so on. And some people are gonna catch things that I didn't catch and so on. So, all right. No light in Portland. So if you're at any part in Jamaica right now and you are able to check into the chat, go ahead and check in. Let me know where you're checking in from so we can know. If you have lights in your community, you can check in. If you have no light, you can check in. By the way, I know for some people, they also have to make sure that they preserve the battery or the batteries on their devices. And a lot of people, they would have already battery finished and there is no way to charge, no way to launch out. So all of these things, might be happening. So I figured that I would have been talking to a lot of people outside of Jamaica during this time. So thank you so much. I see people putting up praying hands. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. It's been devastating for Jamaica today with the passage of Hurricane Melissa, more than a level 5 hurricane, such as we have never seen before on our island. And the direction, this one has been so strange. The direction, and I even heard people saying, oh, they say it's going to be tomorrow that we're going to see the landfall, and it's today. Well, we can make all kinds of projection. You understand me? But we really never know what's going to happen. There are many, many things that govern um the hurricane. And I even hear people saying this is a man-made hurricane. Now, that's a story for another day, right? But it's been something for us. Let's see what else we have going on right here. Somebody say, I don't think we have had a great setback. All right, great stuff, lifestyle. So from what I'm seeing, damages have been done, but it seems to me that for the most part, outside of the loss of property is the biggest part. But it seems to me that, and we've seen where recovery efforts have started already. So that's a beautiful thing. For Jamaica, it is a shock. We will slow down, but we will never stop. That is what is important. You understand me? Jamaica will recover fast. This is a land that is well blessed. Thank you so much, Rachel. We're very blessed indeed. I know for some people, I believe I saw, I think it was Al Miller. He made a statement today. He said that this hurricane comes with a rebuke. And I guess when you're clergy, you see things differently. People will see things through different eyes, right? But for me, I always believe there is room to pray and there is room to take precautions and, uh, you know, things can happen. So let's just leave it right at that, right? Some I'm seeing some persons did not heed the warning, and now they are marooned, and the first responders are not able to reach them. Thank you for saying that, because I heard that today in the updates. I believe that was on CVM. So again, I hope this one, Josie saying hello. I hope this hurricane has been a lesson. I would know, this is Jamaicans overall, In the time of TikTok, we know what was going to come. People are doing skits and they're doing, and sometimes, you can't bash it. People always want to know, why is it that Jamaicans tend to just take things so lightly and make a joke? But I believe that it's a defense mechanism. If we realize we can't do anything about what is about to happen or what is happening, we find a way to cope. I can tell you right now, you will have Jamaicans where we might not have the technology, and we may not have light, but I can guarantee you right now, enough people cook a big pot tonight and still joking, playing games, joking, togetherness, working together. And this is one of the things I will never want to. I don't want us to lose this as Jamaica. So I like to look at the bright side of things. A lot of young people, sometimes them not even know what we, the older ones, we've been through. People who have seen so many hurricanes and storms over the years. A lot of them don't know what it is to come from lowly places where we never had all the technology, and life was much more simple. How during times like this, all neighbor who wanna talk to them one another, still helping one another, helping out one another, looking out for one another, checking up on one another. That is the Jamaican resilient spirit that we have. You heard Dr. Andrew Holness talk about it. So we always talk about resilience. So just remember, just like you hear Dujan say, we will get through and we will rebuild. Because as Jamaicans, we take pride in our ability. Many of us, we take pride in our ability to build things. That's why, especially when you are of the labor right affiliation, labor rights, that's why we name labor rights. We like to work for our own. Unlike the other party, who, thank God, they were not the ones right now running the government. Because if a PNP did run the government right now, I am telling you, a two hurricane Jamaica would have to manage one time. We would have to manage Hurricane PNP, and we would have to manage Hurricane Melissa. And we say that as with confidence, because we know how PNP stay. So Andrew, Dr. Andrew Holness and JLP, they're all human and they can do so much, but we also have to do our part as good citizens of Jamaica. So let's do that, right? Depends on the damage. It might take months for some to get back electricity. Oh my goodness, that would be such a big inconvenience. So nobody told them tomorrow steady. Some listening fake news and TikTokers, something TikToker news are credible. I know. Trelawney, I heard somebody say that Trelawney has been devastated. Well, I just heard somebody saying that in comment section and so on. Again, try to reach out to people. No response, right? Not getting a response out of Mandeville, not getting a response out of Portmore after a while, not getting a response out of St. James after a while. After a while, it's like everybody. I even know people who work in the emergency response thing. I know quite a number of individuals who do that, not hearing from those individuals either. So at this point, we are just hoping. We're just hoping tomorrow we will hear much more. I'm not going to be much longer because there's so much more to talk about. Let me read these comments. Jamaica has had a lot of storm threats over the years that really wasn't worth the time. So it's like crying wolf for some people. Yes, that's also a part of that. That's also a factor, wife style. You understand me? Jamaicans are naturally creative people who express ourselves as such no matter what. And I understand that as well. You understand me? So we're gonna find ways, and it's a coping mechanism for us, and it works for us. So we can't bash it too much, yeah. Somebody said the PNP only say the storm. They don't say Melissa. Very interested. Very interested. Somebody say I think Trelawney got it bad because the storm exited right between St. James and Trelawney. So trust me, I will be getting much more. Thanks, Lifestyle, always bringing valuable insights to the conversation. Let me look at what's going on with the Gleaner right now. Let's look. Again, I just decided at the last minute that I was just going to forward and talk to the people. What is this? Residents in St. Elizabeth have shared photos showing the devastation caused by Hurricane Melissa after the Category 5 storm swept across the western side of the island. You understand me? So, right? Oh my goodness. Complete roof, roof, you know them, the wooden roof completely devastated, mash up completely, mash up. Sea levels rising, water levels rising, whole heap of things are going right here. So all kinds of damages, even to properties that would, from just by appearance, look like they are very strong structures. Yeah, crazy stuff, man. And this, so in Westmoreland, it was a Westmoreland's parish coordinator that has suffered the stroke. I believe she has a name. I'm not seeing it because I'm just scanning through right now. Family in St. Elizabeth, where mom was born and raised, to quote my aunt Marcia, Black River is no more. So I believe that's the confirmation that there has been more deaths. And so we want to say condolences to that family. Catastrophic damage, including the hospital. Oh my goodness. Oh, that was 4 hours ago. So that was a while ago. Oh, there's still more. Hurricane Melissa turns Clarendon Main Road into Raging River. Some of you can see this stuff in the Gleaner nationwide. You can also look on PBC, the government website. Dr. Andrew Holness, usually his page usually have updates late up into the nights, that kind of stuff. Let me see if there's anything recent there. Rough, family, rough, man. Oh, looks like they would have probably taken some kind of rest. Oh, so that was him now saying that today I'm pleased to announce the launch of supportjamaica.gov.jm, the government of Jamaica's official platform to coordinate relief, mobilize support, and manage recovery efforts in the wake of Hurricane Melissa. I gave that earlier on. Supportjamaica.gov.jm, that's coming from the Prime Minister's page. The site allows users to donate securely, so you don't have to worry about what's going to happen to your payment methods. It's a secure site to make your donations, to submit your pledges, to report emergencies. So there is also that. So it's not just to collect money, but you can also report incidents. So if you don't have an incident and you know anyone who does, you can go ahead and direct them to supportjamaica.gov.jm. Right? The site allows users to donate securely, submit pledges, report emergencies, and locate nearby shelters. It is designed to serve Jamaicans at home and abroad who wish to assist with national recovery efforts. Please remember, if it doesn't end with .gov.jm, it is not an official government of Jamaica website. Very important. Make sure that you do not become the victim of a scam. Make sure that you verify. Make sure you pay attention to everything. Make sure that you look at, because a lot of things are online right now that are not legitimate. Please, thank you so much, Wife Style. She just put it in the chat again. Make sure you write it down. Make sure you take a screenshot of it. If you cannot make a donation, reach out to somebody who can, whether, whoever it is, whether it's an organization, it's a local church group. You understand me? It's a community group. This is a great time. Whether you are overseas or you're in Jamaica, this is a great time to step up and do things for humanity. I want to say thanks in advance to those who, you're not Jamaicans, but you will be doing your part to help with this recovery effort, right? We want to say thank you for that. So when you go on the website, you will see a message by the Prime Minister. Again, as I get ready to close, keep in mind that, Jamaica has been declared a disaster area. Just a reminder again. Minister Desmond McKenzie thanked the Fire Brigade and Jamaica Defense Force for their hard work in helping residents overnight. You understand me? And yes, and I spoke about this earlier on where we had about 6,000. I'm sure that more they were assisted into shelters. So we saw the damages with the schools, the hospitals. Very, very troubling time right now for our people in Jamaica. But this is an opportunity for good people to step up to the plate. You understand me? Somebody say, Dujan and Leonie, I'm praying you get contact with your family soon. I love the spirit. Thank you so much. So we will continue to pray. And I'm a praying man. So, I will definitely be doing my prayers. And I am not one who will hide when I get my own updates. So I definitely will be on. I'm sure that I will find some reason to forward back tomorrow or at some point to just continue to talk and to get a good understanding of what is happening, and we go through it together. You understand me? Because we may not have the solution, but we can be a vehicle through the solution. So we're saying right now to any kind person who will see this video, you may be watching in silence right now, or you may get the video at some point. I'm going to ask everybody to also share the videos, share it on your socials or whatever, right? And you could just also put a message with it. You understand me? What do they call it? Let me see what the government call it. You could call it Operation Recovery. I think they have a name for it. So let's just go it. But just tell them that they can go to supportjamaica.gov.jm in order to help. So thank you so much, family. I never thought that so many would have joined. Please make sure that you hit the like button on your way out. I remember, in God we trust, and we know that God will see us through. So where we are always better together, we are always stronger together. So together we shall overcome. I want to say, family, blessed love to each and everyone. Thank you so much for joining. You understand me? Continue to pray, continue to hope, continue to check in with your loved ones. And we hope that we will continue to see good things coming out of this very, very disturbing development that has taken place in Jamaica. Somebody is saying we are praying for the families in Jamaica as well. The whole part that has a storm, because everything that storm does damage, we need to keep everyone in our prayer. Absolutely, we will. And so we will continue to pray. Well, family, thank you so much for joining. I hope you will have a good night. Blessings to you too, Leonie, and blessings to everybody. Make sure you hit the like button as you go. Again, family, blessed love to each and everyone, and thank you so much for joining. Steady.